Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone.
Are we doing it live? Are we here?
We're here. We're here.
Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Boom. Did you see that transition?
I
There
did,
wasn't a
yeah.
transition, but. Good morning, everyone. If someone wants to go ahead and make sure and chat to us and make sure that we can you can hear us, see our beautiful faces. It's myself and Kyle Williams. Sound the noob alarm. You better believe it.
Oh, I see your faces.
Audio should be working. Oh wait, that should be better. My
I'm
camera
looking.
was camera had audio coming out of it. All right, welcome back. We
Welcome, everybody.
took a week off. Good morning, NASDAQ. If you're part of the Clover community, you also got an email over the weekend that Jack Schwartz, co-host of Good Morning NASDAQ, and Clover Trading have parted ways. We wish Schwartz all the best. He wants to work on getting his PhD. He's too smart for all of us
Jeez.
traders,
I was say.
and he didn't know if he'd be able to do that while doing Clover. But if you're in the chat right now, you can see he's still in there. He's still talking trading. So go in there, tell him how much you love him, that you're going to miss him for the webinars and such. But for right now, we're making it work. Kyle's going to hop on with me this week. And then starting next week, when Huddy gets back from his European vacation, he will be joining me live for Good Morning NASDAQ. But let's get into it.
Let's just dive right in this morning.
Let me make sure. All right, everything's working. All right, let's get to the Scannerito.
My background is dark, guys. It's dark out for me. Sun's not even out.
Yeah, see, I finally have real light on my face, and you finally have the camera's lights on your face, which is how it is for me when we go to.
Wine Wednesday.
Yeah. All right, moment of truth. Does this button work? Oh, it does. All right, we got the scanners going. It'll take me some time to get used to running the stream and doing the scanners and stuff. But on first up, FOXO. We have Foxo Technologies up 110% on the day.
Oh, Amex stock on the Amex
Is
exchanges.
it? It was also, if I remember correctly, running with the AI stocks earlier in the year. It kind of had a decent chart for it, but it never quite did anything that fantabulous.
No.
36 mil float. Let's see if there's what the news is. Kyle, you're more than welcome to help me on this if you know where to find it.
Yeah.
I usually struggle to find it, and Shorts is always like, "Oh, it's this, and this." So I don't see news on dilution tracker.
I see a lot of filings, so maybe something. The company filed something. Yeah, Form D. Let's look at this. Non-exemptive offering. Did they get rid of an
Notice of
offering?
exempt offering.
Yeah.
I can't see this part. Is there a way to make this taller?
Filing.
There we go. So nothing that game breaking.
Yeah, nothing crazy. If they just got rid of an offering, I mean that's great, but it's not like
That was on Friday.
it almost takes it from bad to neutral. It's like nothing actually positively has changed. It's just like, yeah, we've gone from bad to we're just all right.
Yeah, and since that move,
we're not going to sell you our shares.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I don't think they did any split. So I remember that 150 area being a really, really nice daily chart, and then it was just a poop show once it got to the breakout level, and actually dwindled all those way down into the almost 10-cent area. So it's not like this move is into uncharted territory. There's resistance pretty much every step of the way going back. 30 cents, recently 53 cents, 90 cents, all the way into that 150. So as most of the day one charts we bring up on here, not really for me. I'm guessing if I was Kyle, I'd say it would have to spike into one of those resistances probably really hard and fast and a lot of volume to get him interested to short it. You're new to the show, Kyle. How often do you short day one runners, and is it more of into resistance or more of crappers?
It's
Gapping
more.
crappers.
It would be more like crappers, and even then, it's like one out of every 100 I'll even participate in. It's just not really a setup I trade a lot, and if I do it, I already feel uncomfortable to some degree. I just do it if there's usually some kind of blatant dilution out there. Considering Fox had just said they're not doing dilution, that would remove that for me. On top of that, it's already up 100%. It's already up 100%. It's only at 27 cents. That's just not. That doesn't excite me. I don't really care to short this and try to make 7 cents at best. Like have it pulled like 20. Maybe it pulls down to 15, but it's just not. The range dollar wise is not something I'm interested in. If it went to like 80, we're up like 600% or whatever that is, then yeah, I'd probably be like, okay, let me see if this can really sustain itself, dilution or not, because usually no gap can really sustain if it's gapping up by 800%. But we're not doing that, so probably no play for me here.
I would tend to agree. All right, so that's our only one today that's up over 100%. The next one we have is BRSH, low price stock as well, up 50% on the day. Let's see if we have any obvious news for this one. 10 mil float 2 days ago. The receipt of notice from NASDAQ regarding the determination of delisting.
They're getting delisted too. This was last week, right?
Yeah, that was last week's news.
I wonder why it's spiking.
Yeah, that was Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh wait, suspension of the business on July 31st. So is today the last day?
Let's see here.
This might be the last day it's going to trade on the NASDAQ. It's going to go to the Good Morning OTC stream.
Is it really? We don't have a show for that one. God, you know how awesome life would have to be if we had to open up a Good Morning OTC show?
Oh, that means OTCs would just be rampant, yeah.
Yes, I'm not seeing any real news besides that. So I'm guessing this is just probably a create liquidity type of event and prepare itself for the depths of sub 10 cents zone.
Because also too, it's only been trading 4 million volume pre-market. That's just not a lot at 20 cents.
What is that? It's not 800,000.
It's not even a million. Yeah. Not even $1 million. Yeah, 800,000.
Nothing really there. Nothing special on this daily chart. Again, buried in resistance. We talk a lot about this top left to bottom right. Not really that interested for me day one. Really not ever all that interesting to me as a long bias trader. I'm sure Kyle would prefer charts like this that have more of a reason to fade, but he's still rooting for them to go as high as possible. With this current new situation with BRSH, probably more likely that we don't get that giant run because there's not enough time for it to happen for him to get a multi-day run.
Right. They have about 7 more hours.
That's kind of why we do these shows, though, right? It's not necessarily to find trades that you're going to take in the next, when the market opens in 30 minutes. It might just be something to, give you an edge in avoiding, or at least understand when someone brings up a ticker that, oh, I did my research, I know what's going on there. So that is BRSH.
It's one what? Gosh, a lot of low price tickers. The first 4 are all under like 30 cents for me. Is it EJH the next one they have?
I have EJH. I also have CHNR, which it's in the $2 area. CHNR. Let's see what we got going on there. This is an oldie, I feel like. 2.6 million float. It says they have 23.6 million cash. Is this... Got some warrants in the 11s, a shelf.
The news came out in after hours on Friday here. China Natural Resources to sell precise space-time technology.
What's space-time technology?
Are they creating?
Oh, it must be some patent because they call that the PSTT. They're selling that, so that must be like their either
They're
their
selling it
technology, their
for
intellectual technology or idea, or an actual product,
they're selling it for
to the
13.2
Feisheng
million.
Group Limited.
13.2 million is not a ton.
Mm.
Um, Well, their market cap's 23 million, so that makes sense, a 50% gap, but no idea what the I don't even know what do they call it?
PSTT, the
Yeah.
precise space-time technology.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know what that does. That sounds like
just looks like
they
some
want to make
financial
it
footwork.
they want to make it Back to the Future, but it's definitely not going to be Back to the Future.
Let's see here. All right, so this is a different type of chart that we've first different one we've looked at this morning. Um, was that volume all from after hours on Friday? So upon that news, they
I would
released it
believe
right at
so.
4 o'clock Eastern, spiked into 350, and then kind of just gapping down mid-range now. On the pretty much the same volume that it was doing Friday afternoon. Give some random wicks up into the 370, 390 area. But besides that, as I go back multiple years, 5 to 6 area has
Just
a little bit of volume. It's kind of a dead chart, to be straight up.
it really does look like it. It's been the theme so far, guys, of the charts we've been seeing. They're just top left, bottom right. They are just dead in the water. What it looks like.
Yeah, and a big thing we've talked about in the past, right, is just kind of taking a temperature of the morning scan and what that means for the potential day, maybe the week. If you have three stocks up 100% and they're all doing 100 million dollar volume right in the first couple hours of pre-market, and maybe they're all part of a certain sector or a news event that happened over the weekend, that might make me feel a little more frothy. Like there's going to be some plays, there's going to be some sympathies, some runners. In a world like today where we really have yet to find a chart where today's gap even looks that interesting on the daily, it might mean take it easy, relax, kind of wait for the plays to come to you. When you're going through these lists and going through your scanners, again, it's not necessarily to go and find a trade. All of my trades come from former runners, stuff we would have talked about last week, the week before. Your TUPs, your MNKs, your stuff that ran previously, where you would have done this type of research, gone through understand the situation, and then when the pattern sets up down the line, that's when I take a trade on it. When I've done all this already. Right now, we're just preparing. In my eyes, I'm preparing for a potential trade Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I go through today's tickers, and I want to get the gist of them today, so I don't have to do that research again when they're actually making a pattern. So let's see if we have any others on the list. There's your EJH coming in hot next.
EJH was one of those former China scams. If you go back to
Okay,
the daily
yep,
chart,
I do remember that. Let me see.
it actually done a few reverse splits now because it said it dumped from
Look at this
6,000
chart.
all the way
That's
down to
hot.
1,000. Definitely didn't. I think it dumped from like 60 to 10. So 6,000 to 1,000 is definitely not accurate, which is what the reverse split does.
This is so bad.
But so bad. Yeah. I mean, I for one, it's just too low price for me to short. But even from a long perspective, like I wouldn't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. This thing has just been. This is the worst bottom, top left to bottom right chart we've seen. If you actually go back and you look at try to get the full chart in your screen, you almost can't even see. Like my chart's showing you that like my 16 cents is below zero because it can literally go up to hundreds. This is IPO'd at 10,000 or whatever. That's what
I got
reverse splits
highs.
do to
You
you.
had in the high 16,000s.
Yeah, yeah. So this chart's just getting beaten into the ground.
Yeah, nothing too wild there. Was there any news? Sometimes these stocks just kind of bounce off their lows, especially former pumps and stuff. You never know when they're gonna rekindle the old flame, get her going again. What was I looking at? News.
Right. They don't
I don't
need much
see any.
volume to do
It's
that.
very possible that someone just stepped in with a big bid, a big cover order, anything, and that's what has it doing. What? Not even $100,000 volume or a million.
Yeah, 5 million shares today, and it's 17 cents. Yeah, I mean, not even.
Really nothing to write home about here. And, kind of taking the temperature of the market, another thing, going into a new week that I would take into account is like kind of where were we at last week, right? If you were, it's a good thing probably we didn't do Good Morning NASDAQ last week because there was nothing. And last week was pretty much dead besides everyone kind of paying attention to Tupperware, right? TUP. And that was the main trade, long and short. That's where all the eyes and the attention were. Besides that, we didn't really have any crazy runners. I don't even think with big caps or mid caps there was really anything going on where CVNA or Rivian was all that interesting for people. It was just kind of like a consolidation week for traders, right? Where nothing was really happening. And going into a new week, you either have a continuation of that or you have a trend change. And we get a bunch of new high flying stocks, a bunch of new things to add to our watch list. Definitely is not feeling that way so far on our preliminary results here. But going to this new week, I kind of feel like that same sentiment's going to continue. We're now, basically August will be tomorrow. Kind of rounding out summer. I think I was talking to someone yesterday. I was like, this feels like the perfect time for like the market to like die, like in terms of volume, liquidity, like volatility right now, just because it's right kind of on the peak, right where we're getting towards into fall. So I kind of would like it to feel like this is the worst it gets, and then it only gets better into the fall and kind of ramps up speed into mid to late August, then September, October. So I'm okay with this. We're kind of peak somewhere now. People are like out enjoying it. There's also those feelings. I live on a lake where every time you're not on your boat, you're like, it's going to be freaking Halloween soon, and then I'm not going to have to turn my boat in. I didn't use it this year. So everyone's kind of trying to, I think, enjoy their lives a little bit. And if there's nothing out there to trade, some people are disciplined enough to just say, screw it, I'll walk away. I'll go on vacation. I'll do something else.
Sometimes not trading is better than trading. You can actually end up with more money in your pocket by just not trading. So even though it's counterintuitive,
I'm trying to prove that to myself this month, July. If you're a Clover 3 or 4 leaf, you got some video lessons on me talking like pre-July about my plans for July, and then I probably should do one again. I can't believe we're at the end of the month about kind of wrapping up what my stats look like. So I'll definitely get that to you guys in the next day. But the plan kind of worked. I had one really nice trade, a couple small trades, and I have to look, but I don't think I took 15 trades this month.
Really? Wow.
So it was
pretty good.
It was like a test of my own discipline, and it was a multi 5-figure month for me, which is pretty not on par with what I've been doing for the rest of the year. So for me, whereas you could look at July and say it was pretty boring, slow, I maximized as much as I possibly could with the opportunities I had, and it was more of what Kyle was just saying. Less is more sometimes. There's certain situations, 2020, 2021, where more is more, and it's just max buying power every day, do whatever you can. That certainly has not been this summer, let alone this last year and a half. Let's see what else we have. No, continue. Go.
I'm going to pull a Dom and a Swarzy here. I've been preparing myself for this week. Even though last week we took off and this week is slow and a liquid and it's consolidating, that doesn't mean the like button isn't breaking out, guys.
You're not wrong.
We got 15. That's a good start, but I think we deserve a little breakout. Let's go to like 20.
No, that's really not enough for me.
Dom's got higher expectations.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about it because I'm over here trying to click buttons and make stuff work. Yeah, we're going to need to see that like button. That could definitely hit the scanner list if we can get that to go up by 10% here.
Yeah, we need some increased volume on the like button. What would be the ticker for the like button? LIKE?
I think it'd be LYKE. Okay. Just to be kind of cool, Let's see if there's a question that makes sense because there's really no great runners today. Kellogg says, what is management saying to you today? Management might still be sleeping. I don't know if they think we're still off for the week or what. I haven't heard from them. But they are saying we have a boot camp coming up at the end of next month, August. We're less than a month away.
The end of the month that starts tomorrow.
And management, and believe it or not, management has been in my ears saying they want to raise prices. And me, Kyle, we say stuff like, excuse me, keep it the way it is right now, okay? trying to give you guys a chance. So if you're interested in the boot camp, head on over to clovertrading.io. Big news, Traders for a Cause is doing an event on the Friday, the 25th.
Yep.
A meetup. The Clovers will be there, and we'll be donating to that cause as well. So if you want to come to that, it's kind of action-packed. Then head to our boot camp, all in Boston. Going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And then for our boot camp, Sang Lucci, Nate Mishad, Laptop Legend will all be speaking as well as the Clover. So you'll have a chance to meet and greet with all those guys, listen to a presentation. And that's going to be your only chance to get that, because this will not be, and there'll be no virtual tickets for this one. So you got to be there or be square.
No, I was going to say that.
Were you?
Yeah. Okay. Do you know this? Do you know you say be there or be square because you're not around?
No.
Did you get that?
I
Yeah.
get it when you put it like that.
Yeah. You're not around, so you're a square.
I wonder who
That's how
started that.
Yeah.
All right, we got 30 likes now. I like that.
There you go. Thanks, everybody.
Jack Kellogg's in there going, this is all free information. Yeah, guys, we try to do as much as we can for the community. We understand that trading education isn't always cheap. We know what it's like to be starting off. But we also know how fruitful this game can be if you allocate your time properly and invest in your education. So we do think mentors are an important thing to have. And there's a lot more information that we are putting out there in the rooms, in video lessons, in webinars that you're just not going to get for free. So we really do appreciate your time here.
Yeah. Speaking of free, though, for those who don't know, we do offer Clover Academy. If you are in our chat room, Discord chat, which is the free version, you can go in the free version, join any link tree or link in our bio on our social medias. There is a link to our free Discord. In there is a little announcement page, announcement channel. And in there, they have announced this thing called Clover Academy, which is really just a lot of basic intro lingo and terms and information, videos from Clovers, then also some animation style videos that just it's like probably a good solid, what do you say, like 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, of just good beginner information. And it's completely free. It'll at the checkout box, it'll save it's $5, but then you put in the promo code free in all caps and it goes free. And yeah, that's just free education, as Don was saying, that you can just grasp, and it's never going to be paid for. Like, we kept it free. Just the way we check out, it charge you $5, but then again, use the code free. It'll always be free. And then you have access to it on the website with your account for pretty much as long as you have an account.
God, I hate
pretty easy to do there.
Continue selling, but a lot happened in the last week, and so I just want to let you guys know this. We won't do all this again tomorrow. We did just start selling trade recaps. So if you've ever seen, trading tickers, where he does the live trading and you get some live commentary following him, you're watching his screen, click the buttons. We started doing that, and there are a few for sale already on the site. They're one-time type purchase, so buy the type of trade you want to see, whether it's a first green day, first red day, whether you don't like listening to Dom, you like listening to Kyle, so you want to listen to his. But those are they are live. They're $20 a pop, and I'm pretty happy with them. They are, I think, the best way to learn is, you're not listening to someone talk about something before the trade or after the trade, talking about it in hindsight when they know everything that happened. You're kind of watching them actually click the buttons and make the trades. So I think that could be really useful for a lot of people. And our goal is to be pumping out a lot of those. Hopefully the market allows us to do that by giving us some good trades. But we are recording our screens, and we are going to get as many as those possible out there for you guys. All right, let's answer one question.
All right.
See if there's anything good in here. Parker says, would you guys say the market has been slow for you? We kind of answered this, but we'll get into more detail. I see some people saying it's hot like 2021, and some say it's summer and slow. That's the interesting thing about Twitter and FinTwit and stuff. It's like some days I can't find anything to even watch, and someone's like, it is so hot out there, it's out of control. I'm like, are they looking at the same market that I'm looking at? Like,
are they trading a different market, like a foreign exchange?
But what do you think about that, Kyle? Because I think it's so trader dependent, right? And that's everything that we say, every question you guys ask. And if Kyle gives an answer, if I give an answer, if Kellogg gives an answer, it's all depending on what we want to see from the market or what we do in the market. You can't put a blank statement over everything.
Yeah. I mean, the large caps have been pretty hot. Every Apple, Nvidia, the SPY, the QQQ, like that's been on a pretty solid uptrend this entire year. Arguably, last couple of months have been
Yeah.
significant. So if you're trading those, like that makes sense because that's quite a lot of range you've been getting if you're a large cap trader like that. But small caps hasn't been dead by all means. We've still been pretty busy, but we have not been like if you're comparing, if you're saying small caps are the same and as busy as 2021, you definitely were trading a different market because that market was nuts. I mean, I could have taken 10 trades a day if I wanted to. And I didn't because I just couldn't. I didn't have enough. I don't have enough eyes to watch and manage 10 trades at one time. We have not. That is definitely not the case today. Again, not dead, but certainly not a 2021 market, in my opinion. At least in small caps. Maybe for Nvidia or Apple or whoever. But for what we're trading, sub $5, sub $10 stocks, I would have to disagree. It's definitely, again, not dead, but it's definitely not insanely busy either. So
Yeah, if for me to even have those words come out of my mouth, like this is a 2021 type, I don't even feel like I said that when like oil and gas ran last year for like a month. Like that wasn't even 2021 level yet. Like I don't think you guys understand. Like there was like 3 OTCs a day to be buying, 2 stocks to be shorting, a different sector to be loading for the future move. Like
it was nuts.
I truly remember, like, it didn't matter if I was down 10 grand in the morning. There was going to be multiple trades in the afternoon to find a way back to green. And I felt confident about that. And I think that's where I think a lot of people got bad habits because once you delete 80% of those trades in a day, that they're not there, those opportunities aren't there, you aren't getting green. So you can't just put yourself in these holes and these bad situations and trade poorly and expect to be okay. And I think that's why we had to learn so much in 2022. But how did they put it? Slow? Is the market slow? Yeah, I think it's slow, but I also think it's a great learning market because it's very obvious when the patterns do show up. Like when Nikola, like it was so obvious that Nikola was a shining star in a field of poop when it broke out over the 180 area a couple weeks ago, right? Just look at the things we're looking for. Chart pattern, sector, massive volume, gap history, multi-day run history. It had everything, right? So if you're going through and you're studying all of our webinars, you're studying trading tickers, DVDs, watching stuff on YouTube, and you're preparing for an A+ setup, you should have been prepared for that one. And because the market has been kind of slower, I feel like those plays really do jump out at you and are very obvious. And it's just right now, do you have the discipline to not trade stuff that doesn't fit that criteria? Because more often than not, on a daily basis, that stuff's not there.
I agree.
Ravi says, will you guys be at Trades for a Cause in Boston? We will. We will be there. I will be probably under strict order to talk quietly because those cocktail hours, I tend to scream when I'm going over stuff. And then I lose my voice, and I can't lose my voice for our boot camp. So we'll be there. We're excited. It's going to be a jam-packed week. So if you guys, if you're already signed up, go out there, tweet about it, put it on social media, retweet our stuff, get the news out there to other people, tell them you're a stupid idiot if you don't go. Say stuff like that to people, because it's going to be awesome.
They give me huge like Anchorman vibes. Oh gosh.
But it is 9:20.
Hilarious.
We got to get on over to the Clover chat room. If you guys aren't over there, we do have a 7-day trial for 4-Leaf. This would be a great time to do it because we don't do webinars on Mondays. And if you join today for, I believe, $1 a day, you'd get 2 webinars this week. You get to scour as many video lessons as you can, watch old video lessons, old webinars. I think it's a great value. Go in there, see what you're missing because it is a really good time. And there are some really, really good traders in there, some students that are doing really well these days who are also great to network with. So we will see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:45 a.m. on Good Morning NASDAQ. This is Clover Trading, and we appreciate your time. Have a wonderful Monday.
Peace, everybody. Have a good one.